Let's start with can you guys hear me? You guys hear me? Yes? Okay, so who wants to start the Mangala Charan? Ayati?
Okay. Om Jnanatamrandasya Jnananjanam Shalakaya Chakshurum.
I cannot hear you, Ayati.
Om Jnanatamrandasya Jnananjanam Shalakaya Chakshurum Manitam.
Nimai, can you hear Ayati? Okay, so hold on 1 second.
I'm right next to the speaker.
Hold on. Okay, sorry. Now I think it's good now. Let me share my screen again. Go ahead, Ayati. Unmute yourself.
Okay. Om Jnanatamrandasya Jnananjanam Shalakaya Chakshurum Manitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutri Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam.
Thank you, Veda. Okay, who wants to go next? Mahek or Sahas? Go ahead, Sahas. And then Mahek.
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Upasa Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupa Sagrajatam Saguna Raghunathanitam Tam Sajivam Sarvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Saguna Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamscha.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mahek.
Hey Krishna Karna Sindhu Dina Dandu Japapate Gopesha Gopikanta Radha Kanta Namoshite Tapas Tapchakanchana Gorangi Radha Vineshwari Vishabhanu Sita Devi Paranami Hari Priya.
Thank you, Veda. Sit down there. Jasmita, you want to sing? Vancha Kalpatru?
Yeah. Vancha Kalpatarambasya Payas Kapre Sita Paya Eva Ka
Sindhubhya evacha
Sibhyabhya Cha
patitanam
Patitanam Pavanabo Vishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasati Garu Bhakta Vrida. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So today we are gonna start with story. Does anybody know? Yes, Sahas.
Narasimha.
Yes, we are going to start Prahlad Maharaj story. And I did not know that we will fall directly in line with the Varahadev story. So after Varahadev, remember the Varahadev story we did last time? And it's right.
Nope.
Oh, you were not there, I think. So right after the Varahadev story, this is where we will start. It's connection. It's in connection, and I didn't even plan that. So it's just God making this happen. So, does anybody want to give me a quick recap of the Varahadev story? Does anybody wants to give me a quick recap of the Varahadev story? Okay, Ishan? That's okay. You sit here. And just tell me, can you give me a recap of the Varahadev story?
So Hiranyaksha was a very tall demon, but he was more proud than his pride was more taller than his height, and more taller than his pride was his greed. So when Hiranyaksha was greedy, and he loved gold. He took so much gold from the earth that the earth fell down on Krishnag's hood into the Garbhodaka ocean, lower than the Patalokanal. So then Brahma did not know what to do. Then Varahadev came out of his, was it the nose or the
nose?
Yeah, nose. And then he challenged Hiranyaksha challenged Varuna, but Varuna said he was too old and he did not fight anymore. And he said that Varaha would be a better opponent. So Varaha started fighting with Hiranyaksha. The demigods were scared, so they told Varaha to hurry up. And then Hiranyaksha got the club out of Varaha's hands, and then so then Hiranyaksha knew that it's not good to face an opponent who has no weapons. So Varaha took his club. So he tried to attack Varaha, but then he missed. Then Varaha said, "Try again and again." And then the demigod. And then he listened to the demigods. So he slapped Hiranyaksha on his ear, and he died.
Yeah.
And then he picked up the earth with his tusks and put it back.
Very nice, Ishan. So we remember the whole thing. Very nice. One thing which I did not say last time was Hiranyaksha. So now, I think you know the story now. Who is Hiranyaksha?
Yeah.
Hiranyaksha is the brother of Hiranyakashipu. Okay, so Hiranyaksha was also doing a lot of Maya. So there was a lot of he was showing a lot of things, that there are so many people in the battlefield, and he's showing so much magic. And then what does Varad do? The Varadev does?
He just dispel it.
How does he dispel it? He gets his chakra, and the chakra just dispels everything.
Oh.
So now the premise is that Hiranyaksha is angry, and Hiranyakashipu is angry. Hiranyaksha is dead, right? And we also spoke about who is Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. They are the Jay and Vijay, right? So okay, that's where you sit there. Okay, that's where you need to get a chair.
I can't get a chair.
So Hiranyakashipu is very angry that his brother is dead, and he knows that it was Vishnu who did it. He wants to take revenge, and his mother, Hiranyakashipu's mother, is very sad. His mother's name is Diti, And all the children of Hiranyaksh are very sad also. So he's telling all these people how to be pacified. So that's what we are going to learn today. Okay, so who wants to read first? You all, okay, Nimai, go ahead. Nimai, go ahead. Unmute yourself, go ahead. Nimai is frozen. Nimai, you there? Okay, let's see if Nimai comes back. Otherwise, we'll give it to Jaswita and then Nimai. Okay. Nimai, you there? You were frozen for a minute. Go ahead.
My mouse is glitching.
Okay. Go ahead.
Lord Vishnu in the form of Varaha killed Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha's brother Hiranyakashipu was extremely angry and began to lament. Filled with rage and biting his lips, Hiranyakashipu gazed at the sky with eyes that blazed in anger, making the whole sky smoky. Thus he began to speak, exhibiting his terrible teeth, fierce glance, and frowning eyebrows. Terrible to see, he took up his weapon, a trident, and thus began speaking to his associates that assembled the demons.
Oh, Danavas, go ahead.
O Dandavas and Daityas, O Vimurda, Triaksha, Sambra, and Satyabahu, O Hari Griva, and Namuchi, Aka, Baka, and Livala, O Viprachiti, Pullaman, Sakuna, and other demons. All of you kindly hear me attentively and then act according to my words without delay. My insignificant enemies, the demigods, have combined to kill my very dear and obedient well-wisher, my brother Hiranyaksha. Although the Supreme Lord Vishnu is always equal to both of us, namely the demigods and demons this time, being devoutly worshipped by the demigods, he has taken their sides and helped them kill Hiranyaksha.
Thank you, Veda. So so now Hiranyakashipu is angry, right? If somebody kills somebody's relatives, of course you'll be angry, right? So Hiranyakashipu is very, very angry, and he's biting his lips, and he's looking at the sky, because he's a very powerful demon. And he's calling all the demons, the major demons in his army, he's calling them, come. Like the names are Vimurda, Triyaksha, Sambara, Satabhau, Hagriva, Namuchi, Paka, Ilavala. So we don't need to remember the names, but just to understand the theme, what's happening. He's saying that Vishnu cheated us, cheated me. Vishnu is always is equal, right? He doesn't do partiality, but this time he did partiality, and because the demigods worshipped him, he killed the demons. So again, I'm gonna say this is gonna take a long time to finish the Prahlad Maharaj story. It's gonna be 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks. I would advise you to take notes, because we will have Kahoot. There'll be lots and lots of questions in Kahoot this time. Probably 30. After each chapter, we'll do some Kahoot. So there will be so many questions. So it's better to take notes. And whoever is not joined, I'll send them this video. So the question I have here is, what do you guys think? Is Krishna as Vishnu partial? Is he partial? Does he do favoritism?
No, he does not.
He doesn't do favoritism?
No.
Okay. Okay, give me reason why not.
He kind of equal.
Okay, let's see, Jaswita. What do you have to say?
Equal.
He's
He's
equal. Okay, he's equal. Okay, what do you have to say, Ishan? Is he partial?
No, he doesn't help the demons.
So he's partial?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ishan is saying he's partial, he doesn't help the demons. What does anybody else has to say? Is he partial? Is he equal? Anybody else, Sahas? You have any opinion? Ishan, close the room. Is Vishnu equal to everybody? Is Krishna equal to everyone?
Yeah.
Why? Well, how is he equal? He killed the demons.
Well, the demons also get benefit because then they get a higher life in their next. They get the knowledge of Krishna, I guess, in their next life.
Very nice. Yes. Even though he kills the demons can get Sahujya Mukti. They can get liberation. Yes. But Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, what does he say? Ye yatha mam prapadante tansthaiva bhajamyam, right? I will reciprocate to you according to the devotees' surrender. So if you surrendered, so if you give me 50 rupees, I'll give you accordingly the things. If you have devotion towards me, Krishna, if you're devoting, if you say giving, if you're walking 10, if you're this much devotion towards Krishna, Krishna will give you reward you that much. But if you have so much devotion like the demigods, then Krishna will reward you accordingly. It's like if you have $5 in your hand, you can get worth rupees $5 only, right? From the store, you cannot buy $1 million things from the store. Same thing. If you have some devotion towards Krishna, Krishna will accordingly reciprocate accordingly. If you have so much devotion to Krishna, Krishna will reciprocate to you that much. So the demons, they don't worship Vishnu. So then he does not interfere in that. Then whatever they get is whatever the karmas, bad karmas, vikarmas, or good karmas they have done, they will get the results of there, right? They will get the reactions. So it's not like, oh, Krishna wants to specifically kill Hiranyaksha. Krishna had no choice because he came and said, I want to fight with you. And why? And the earth was submerged in the Garbhodaka ocean. So he had to come and make sure that the earth is back in its orbit. And this guy was fighting with him, Hiranyaksha. It's not like Krishna comes in and says, I will kill you. It's somebody else trying to provoke him. And they have that enmity towards them, right? So, but what is Hiranyakashipu thinking? That he is partial. Is he partial? He's not partial. Krishna is not partial. So do we understand? Is Krishna partial? Krishna will give us benedictions or results based on how much we surrender to him, right? So we got that point? Yes? So again, so take notes because I will ask all these things in the Kahoot. Okay? All right, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, read the half thing, Jaswita, the 2 paragraphs, and the next 2 paragraphs Ishan will read.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead has given up his natural tendency of equality toward demons and demigods. Although he is the board to please his devotees.
No, although he is
demons-
the supreme person.
Although he is the supreme person, now influenced by Maya, he has assumed the form of a board to please his devotees, the demigods, just as the restless child leads towards someone. I shall therefore serve Lord
Never.
Vishnu's. I shall therefore sever Lord Vishnu's head from his trunk of my trident, and with the profuse of blood from his body, I shall please my brother Hiranyaksha, who was found of sucking blood. Thus I too shall be peaceful. When the root of a tree is cut and the tree falls down, its branches and twigs automatically dry up. Similarly, when I have killed this diplomatic Vishnu, the demigods for whom Vishnu is the life and soul will lose the source of their life and wither away.
Thank you. Ishan, go ahead.
While I am engaged in the business of killing Lord Vishnu, go down to the planet Earth, which is flourishing due to Brahminic culture and a Kshatriya government. These people engage in austerity, sacrifice, Vedic study, regulated vows, and charity. Destroy all the people engaged. The demons set fire to the cities, villages, pasturing grounds, cow pens, gardens, agricultural fields, and natural forests. They burned the hermitage of the same person, the apartment buildings that produced valuable metals, the residential quarters of the agriculturists, the mountain villages, and the villages of the cow protectors, the coward men. They also burned the government capital.
Yes, thank you. So what is happening? He's very angry. He wants to take revenge. Who wants to take revenge? Hiranyakashipu. He says that my brother Hiranyaksh like blood. So what am I going to do? I am going to kill Lord Vishnu with a trident. You know what a trident is?
Yeah.
Whose trident is very famous? Whose trident? Okay, Nimai, whose trident is very famous?
Shiva.
Yes, Shiva's trident is very famous.
I was
So
going to
he's
say
saying,
the same thing.
yes. So in Hindi, it's called Trishul, right? So he's saying, I'm going to kill Vishnu with my trident, and so that profuse blood will come out from his body, and Hiranyaksh will be happy, and I'll be also happy. And if you kill the root, right, then if you cut the tree of the root, the tree dies, right? The entire tree dies. So he's saying now. So he's saying that if I kill Vishnu, then all the demigods will die. Does it make sense? Right? When you have a tree, if you cut the roots, will the tree survive? Ishan, will the tree survive? No. Similarly, he's saying if I kill Vishnu, all the demigods will also die. And then he's saying that he's sending all his demons to the earth. Why is he sending the demons to the earth? Can anybody answer me from this text? Why is he sending the not Ishan, let somebody else. Why is he sending them demons to the earth? Why is Hiranyakashipu sending demons to the earth? Yes, Sahas.
He's sending demons to the earth so that he can wait.
He can what?
Oh, so then they can show that his power.
He can show his power and what? Okay, let's see. Ayati, why is Hiranyakashipu sending demons to the earth?
He wants to like kill Vishnu.
But killing Vishnu is not like Vishnu is not on the earth, but why is he sending demons to the earth?
Well, I didn't really get what it was. I think it's because like he's trying to like gather them all around. That way, like.
Okay, let's gather them all.
One
Yes,
second.
Ishan. Yes,
They
Ishan.
want the people to stop worshiping Vishnu.
Yes, he wants to kill the Brahminical culture. He wants to say he has two enemies. Who are the two enemies? Vishnu and the demigods.
Yeah.
Right? So on the earth, all these Brahmanas on the earth, there are so many Brahmanas, they are offering sacrifices. And if the Brahmanas are offering sacrifices, the demigods become powerful. The demigods get their food. So he's sending the demons to the earth, saying, kill all these Brahmanas, destroy their cities, create havoc, burn all the forests, so that the people will have nothing to sacrifice. They will be killed. And if the people are killed and they're not able to sacrifice, the demigods will become weak. And at the same time, also, he's trying to kill Vishnu. So if Vishnu is killed, all the demigods will also be weak. It's trying to do it an attack from two sides. Does that make sense now? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's see. Are we not becoming demons these days? Right? We are also cutting so many trees. We are causing so much pollution on the earth. And then people are killing cows to eat them. How are we different? Right? Hiranyakashipu sent all these demons to do exactly what we are doing today. Aren't we doing the same thing? We are also destroying all this. We just want to build big buildings that destroy all the trees, kill cows and animals, and put up factories, which causes so much pollution. This is exactly what these demons were doing. Are we any different?
No.
I saw some hands. Jasmita, you wanted to say something? Or Ayati, who wanted to say something? Yes, Jasmita, go ahead.
Actually, I forgot.
Okay. Well, you try to remember. While Ayati, you wanted to say something?
So when I found out what cow slaughtering means, I felt really bad. Like,
Yes,
real
it's so
bad.
sad, right?
Yeah, cows are also really cute.
Yes, Jasmita.
That's why people should stop taking them. That's why I think we should like throw away all those tools that they used to take out cow meat. That should be better that way. If we throw those away, then they're not going to be able to do it.
See, that's no. We have to change the people. We cannot force them, right? How many people you will take away the weapons? If we teach Krishna consciousness to the people, to the world, all this will stop.
Then how could we do that? We are in one place. That's Florida.
So
how will people
yes, Ayati,
all
so
around the world?
You teach one person, the other person teaches the third person. Then it becomes a chain. Yes?
Yeah, but look, when I try to teach a person, they don't even care.
I know, it's not easy.
Because they're Christian.
Yes, we have to pray to Krishna because we are not the doers. It all depends on Krishna's mercy.
Yeah.
Yes, Jasmita, go ahead.
Most people, I think that most people shouldn't cut down trees because without trees we can't survive. They give oxygen.
Yeah, without trees, we cannot.
Of course, we can cut down a couple, but not so many.
Yeah. And we should not kill animals.
Yeah.
Yes, Nimai. Nimai, you're muted. Nimai? You having trouble unmuting yourself? Oh, you go ahead. Yes.
People should cut down trees and then plant another one.
Yes, but unnecessarily we should not cut down. Yes, we should plant new trees. Yes, very good. right? As even children, you should help in gardening. You should look out. See, if you plant trees at this age, when you grow up 15, 20 years, it'll be a bigger tree to give shades. Yes, very nice, Nimai. Thank you. Yes, Ayati.
A long time ago, like at my school, there's one of my friends, she ate an orange. There was a seed. So like instead of throwing the seed away, she planted it. And then like now today, like there's like a big giant orange tree.
See how powerful it is. But we have to make sure that when you plant, that we take care of it. Each one of you can plant a tree, plant a small thing, and take care of it. So when you all grow old, that tree is going to be nice, giving fruits or flowers, whatever. Okay, so is what I'm trying to say is we're exactly doing, many people are exactly doing what the demons of Hiranyakashipu is doing, right? Does it make sense? Now, Srila Prabhupada says, a human being must follow some religious principles. If he does not follow any religious principle, he's no better than an animal. As Kali Yuga advances, people are becoming godless and taking up so-called secularism, right? So Srila Prabhupada is saying that at least follow some religion. If you're Christian, follow Christianity. If you're Krishna conscious, follow Krishna. If you're Sikh, yeah, if you're Muslim, but do something. You know that there is God. Don't become godless and don't say, oh, that I don't want to follow anything. So we should follow in God. We should believe in God, right? And these demons were destroying all the Vedic and the Brahmanical culture. What is Vedic culture? What is Brahmanical culture? Right? Here's the picture. The Brahmanical culture is doing yajnas, the sacrifice, going in a Gurukul, studying about Krishna. Even Krishna went to Gurukul, to the school, going to the temples, doing Sankirtan, thinking about Krishna, worshipping Krishna, and then doing Kirtan. See, all this Vedic and Brahmanical culture, is it surviving today? It's not. Only the kids who are in the Krishna consciousness, they know about it.
There's like Brahmins in India.
100,000.
They probably a million.
There's Brahmins in India. So how can like Brahmins disappear? They're still there.
The Brahmins are still there, but they're not pure. They might start eating chicken. They might start eating eggs. They might not know all the mantras. They might not know how to pronounce the mantras. So it's like the whole Kali Yuga, the Vedic and the Brahmanic culture is slowly coming to an end. And we depend on you guys. Because when I'm gone, Ishan, you guys have to keep this and spread it to others, right?
It's gonna grow.
We should try to.
If we stay in Krishna consciousness, it will grow. We will spread it to others. It's like a good virus. It spreads. It doesn't spread that easily, but the results.
Yes, we pray to Krishna that please help me to spread this, right? With ourselves, we cannot do anything.
It's like good bacteria.
Yeah, so it's the same exactly thing what Hiranyaksh brother Hiranyakashipu was doing. The same thing is happening here in the Kali Yuga. Yes, we don't need demons. Many people are demons themselves, right? You see that there's so many demons now? Because we are doing this, we are destroying all this Brahmanical culture. Okay, all right. So now let's go. Okay, what did he do? Okay. Okay, all right. Who wants to read next? Yes, yes, Adav, read one. Okay, Adav will read one paragraph and then the 2 paragraphs will be read by, okay, Sahas. Go ahead, Adav, read the first paragraph. Or Sahas can read the full slide later. Okay.
Hiranyakashipu was extremely angry, but since he was a great politician, he knew how to act according to the time and situation. With sweet words he began pacifying his
nephew.
nephew whose name was Shambhawa,
Tapana, Drishti,
Destry,
Bhuta
and
Santapana,
Bunta Shambhawa, Voka
Kalanabha,
Kalampamu,
Mahanabha,
Mahawama,
Harishmash,
Hawishmaushu,
and Utkacha.
and good nature. He also conquered his mother, his sister-in-law,
Rushabhanu,
Vasubhanu, as well as his own mother Deti. He spoke to them all as follows.
Thank you. Shreya, you want to read the next two paragraphs?
Hiranyakashipu said, "My dear mother, sister-in-law, and nephews, you should not lament for the death of the great hero, for a hero's death in front of his enemy, inglorious and dishonorable. My dear mother, in a restaurant or place for drinking cold water, many travelers are brought together, and after drinking water, they continue to their respective
Destinations.
Similarly, living entities join together in a family, and later, as a result of their own actions, they are led apart to their destinations.
Thank you. So see, Hiranyakashipu is talking to his mother, who is Diti, right? From Diti and Kashyap was Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha born. And he's also talking to his nephews, Hiranyakshans, Shakuni, Sambara, Drishti, Bhuta, Santapana, Vrika, Kalanabha, Mahanabha, Harishmashru, and Utkacha. I'm not going to ask all these difficult names in the Kahoot, but I might ask, okay, who was Hiranyaksha's wife? His name is Urusha Bhanu, right? His sister-in-law, Hiranyakashipu's sister-in-law was Rushabhanu. So he's saying that don't, because everybody was crying so hard that Hiranyaksha is gone. But Hiranyakashipu is trying to console them. And he's trying to say, oh, please don't cry, because like when you go to restaurant, right, you might meet some people and you see them, and then when you go back to home, do you see them again? The people you met in the restaurant? No. Same thing. I might be Ishan's father in this lifetime, but when I die and he takes another birth, I take another birth, I might see Ishan in the next lifetime, I might not. Hopefully we can go back to hopefully we can go back to Gola.
Well, because like Krishna, like when I go to
so hopefully
you have one more.
So what? Yes, hopefully we can go back to Gola Vrindavan, and then I can do kirtan with him. But most times, what happens is, I'm meeting with these people, all of you people in this lifetime, but in next time, I might not meet you guys. Yes, it's like meeting people in a restaurant. You meet them people in this lifetime, and you might not. Okay, so is this making sense? How? See, the living entities join together in a family, and later, as the result of their own actions, they led apart to the destinations. If you have done good karmas, you might go to Vaikuntha. If you've done good karmas and devotional service, you might go to Vaikuntha. But if you've not done good karmas, you come back again. So it's like, so we meet in this lifetime. In next lifetime, we might not meet, right? Look at this. If in a restaurant you go and the waitress comes and you see other people and then you start interacting with those people, you become friends. In the same way, in this lifetime, a man is there, a boy is there, and then a child is another girl is born. You become family. So in this lifetime, you're all family. But what happens in the next, we don't know. It's similar to the restaurant, right? So your restaurant time is only 30 minutes or 1 hour, 2 hours, but your lifetime is probably say 100 years. But when you take another lifetime, everybody is in their own destination. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Jaswita, does it make sense? Right? So I can ask these kind of questions. And Hari had a question, why are the Brahmanas not pure? The Brahmanas, some Brahmanas are pure, but most Brahmanas are these days not pure because they've started eating meat. Some of the Brahmanas have started eating meat.
And some others just don't follow religious things.
Yeah, they don't follow religious things. They don't study the scriptures as religiously as people in the old days used to follow.
Or they're also getting like really into like the Maya, and now they're getting really interested into it. So
yes. So some of the Brahmanas are very pure, but the number of Brahmanas who used to be so pure in the past, they have dwindled to a very few these days. Right? They're just looking, okay, I'll do this puja, I'll get this much money. In the past, Brahmanas were, okay, they will do that pujas and ceremonies, and then they will not charge money. They will say, okay, whatever you want to give. So the other person would give accordingly. But here, they will say, okay, for this puja, I will charge this one. For this puja, I will discharge with this one. So everything becomes as like a Maya thing. Everybody is becoming lower and lower in their in the standard of practicing Krishna consciousness.
They don't do it for Brahminical reasons. They do it purely for enjoyment, Maya.
No, not for enjoyment, but for say many reasons are there. Money, yes. Some of the major reasons is money, yes. But there are very pure Brahmanas out there. I'm not saying everybody is bad, but many people we have lost that purity. But some people are very pure. They still follow the old traditions, and they are still very, very good. So we need to make sure that we can expand that, we can grow that. Okay, so we understood like how this living, and so see, Hiranyakashipu is a demon, but he understands this. He's telling the truth. He's trying to console his mother and his sister-in-law, Rishabhanu, and his nephews, that yes, we are like living in a the body passes away. We are like people in a restaurant. He's telling the truth. He's knowledgeable. But what is he knowledgeable that he says, I must kill Vishnu. I will kill him with the trident. So he has some mixed knowledge, right? So now what's going to happen? Okay, so who has not gotten the chance to read? Sahas, go ahead.
The spirit soul, the living entity, has no death, for he is eternal and inexhaustible. Being free from material contamination, he can go anywhere in the material or spiritual world. He is fully aware and completely different from the material body, but because of being misled by the misuse of his slight independence, he is obliged to accept subtle and gross bodies created by the material energy, and thus be subject by so-called material happiness and distress. Therefore, no one should limit on the passing of the spirit soul from the body. In his bewildered state, the living entity, accepting the body and mind to being itself, considers some people to be his kinsmen and others to be outsiders. Because of this misconception, he suffers. Indeed, the accumulation of such concocted material ideas is the cause of suffering and so-called happiness in the material world. The conditioned souls thus situated must take birth in different species and work in various types of consciousness, thus creating new bodies. This continued material life is called samsara. Birth, death, lamentation, foolishness, and anxiety are due to such material considerations. Thus, we sometimes come to the proper understanding and sometimes fall to fall again to a wrong conception of life.
Thank you. So this is somewhat philosophical, right? It's just trying to say that Hiranyakashipu is speaking all this. He's speaking all this is in Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, right? I know some of you folks have read the Bhagavad Gita shlokas from chapter 2. Ishan, have you come here? So we have read all these things in Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, right? That are we the body?
No, we are the soul.
Yes, we are the soul. So this is what exactly Hiranyakashipu is saying. We are not the body, but we are the soul. So nobody, based on what I did, if I had been a good person, then I will get a good body the next life, or I might go to Vaikuntha or Golok Vrindavan. But if I did, yes, I think you can read after this. That if you did something wrong, then you might get it. So if somebody likes to wear very short clothes, Krishna might give them a body for tree, where you don't have to wear any clothes. And if somebody likes to eat bad food or something, they might become a pig, right? Pig lives in dirtiness. But then when you become pig, you enjoy that life. You don't even know that it's dirty. And if somebody likes to eat meat and stuff, the Krishna might make them a lion. Go ahead and eat meat. Because we have free will. Do we have free will? Krishna is taking a gun onto our head and saying, oh, love me, chant my name. Is Krishna saying that? It is our free will, right? Krishna says, okay, do whatever you want to do. Because we are children, his children. He gives us that freedom. But we are not utilizing our freedom to our advantage. What do? Oh, let me watch TV. Let me watch internet. Ah, this is boring. Oh, this is boring. Let me just have some fun, right? Then, of course, you want to have some fun, but involve Krishna in that. Think about Krishna in that. So when we continue to do, so we are trying to read the story of Prahlad Maharaj. What is he famous for? Smaranam. He remembered Krishna every single time, every single moment. He was a 5-year-old boy. How old was he?
5, like Dhruv Maharaj.
Like Dhruv Maharaj. But he remembered Krishna and Vishnu every single moment. So these are hope-giving stories that we can follow their footsteps. Yes? So Hiranyakashipu is giving that philosophy. Don't lament, because this happens every time that we will get different bodies based on what we do. And now let's see what soul leaves one body and goes to next. Let's look at this video. See how does soul change bodies? See, it's then it was a cow, then it became different people based on what they did. Now it's becoming an animal again, and it's becoming a different kinds of animals. Look at all this. It changes from one body to another as the air carries aromas, right? Air will carry the fragrance from one place to another. Thus, it takes one kind of body and again quits it to take another. So it's there in Bhagavad Gita 15.8. Do you see that? Is the same soul traveling from so many bodies becomes a lion. Does it make sense? Did you guys see that? Yes? You want to see this again? Let's see this. The same soul which is changing bodies. He was a buffalo, the living entity in the material worlds carries his different conceptions of life from one body to another. So we have taken so many millions of lifetimes of birth. I could have been a woman in the past life. I could have been an animal in the past life. So it's a vicious cycle. If I whatever I do in this lifetime, I will carry my karmas to the next life. So we should do. And bhakti never deteriorates. So it's like if I do good karma, I'll get good reactions in the next life. So if I said it, give some charity for somebody, then I might get good things in the next life. But we want to do bhakti, which is beyond charity and everything. Okay, so let's see. Next slide. See, okay. Look at this now. Look at this. You see this? A man growing old and is dying. And then it comes as a baby and then going into another body. Right? You're passing through this 84 million things of animals, and then you become a man. And then the man is still growing old, right? And dying. This is the kala, and then this is birth. You're becoming a baby and taking in. See, as the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by any such change. Does this making sense? That the soul is passing, right? You see the same person, like Ishan, when he was a baby. I saw him when he was born. Now he's like 9 years old. It's the same soul which is in the 9-year-old body, and it keeps on growing. The soul doesn't die, but as he keeps growing, the body is keeping growing. The same soul is there. Same thing when a person dies, it goes from one body to another body.
And
Right?
also at the bottom, you also see the different animals that he changed, that the soul goes to.
Yes, exactly. You go through so many species of life. It's called 84 million. Is it 8.4 million or 84? I don't remember the exact thing.
I think it's 80.
It's 84 million species. You could become a fish. You could become a cow. You could become a tree. You could become. There's so many varieties of trees. So you go through those many millions of species of life before you become a human. Right? So human life is very important because you have the consciousness that, oh, God exists. I should surrender to God. But a rabbit would not know what a God is. What God is. You cannot pray to Krishna in that rabbit body. So we are very fortunate because we have consciousness. We understand. We can read the scriptures. Is this all making sense, guys? I know a little philosophical, but this is all there in this broad mass. So what is saying? Soul is eternal, inexhaustible. It's eternal, meaning it never dies, it never takes birth. It's inexhaustible, meaning you cannot exhaust it.
Soul appears, it doesn't take birth.
It's always been there. It comes from, it's like a part and parcel of Krishna. The Supreme Soul is Krishna.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Bondage and transmigration is due to the misuse of flight independence. Krishna has given us independence. Like, do what you want to do. But again, he will sanction if I want $1 million house, can I just get it? No. I have to work hard for it, and Krishna has to say, okay, you deserve $1 million house. So he gives us a sanction, but he cannot change us. Don't desire for $1 million house, right? He will not change that desire. So what is transmigration? What is transmigration? Does anybody know what is transmigration?
I think it is like.
Okay, let's hold on. Somebody else. Does anybody know what is transmigration? That word transmigration. Does anybody know what the word transmigration mean? Sahat, do you know?
Yes, Prabhuji.
What does the word transmigration mean? No? Okay, let's ask Mahima.
I'm not sure, Prabhuji, but is transmigration like when you didn't complete like the cycle of birth and death, but you change bodies?
Yes, you got it almost right. So transmigration is basically the passing of soul from one body to another. This is a classic slide for transmigration, when your soul is passing from one body to another body. See that? That soul in the bottom is passing from so many animals. So that word transmigration is the soul passing from one body, is migrating from one body to another body. Okay, so now we are almost towards the end of the class, and see this. What is the difference between a living body and a dead body? Can somebody answer the question? Yes, Mahima.
A living body has conscious, but a dead body does not?
Yes. Okay. Somebody else? What could be the other answers? Every living body, is it? Human, animal, bird, tree, reptile, or any other living body goes through 6 changes. What are the? Birth, right? It takes birth. It grows. It maintains, right? You do so many things. You eat, you take shower and all that to maintain it. Production of his byproducts, right? Like when you get married and you have children, that is the production of his byproducts. Dwindling, which means you grow old and then you die. Every living body, whether it's a human, animal, bird, everybody goes through these 6 stages, right? Again,
Some of us don't go through the 4th one.
production of byproducts, but again, you help in that production of byproducts, right? So again, this could be the question again in the Kahoot. So make sure you're paying attention, right? So, but because all these changes are going on in the body, the mind thinks, I am this body and not the soul, right? These changes are going on where? In the body, but the soul is inside the body. So you think, oh, I am now 9 years old. I am Indian. I am American. That is a bodily thinking conception. It's not the soul. Is the soul Indian American?
No,
Is the soul a boy or a female?
no.
Is the soul is the soul, right?
Yeah.
Soul does not have these bodily conceptions of life. Then now material viewpoint is what? What is body? And what is, see all these different people, different bodies. If you think we are bodies made up, yes, Jaswita, I'll come to you after these 2 slides. We are bodies made up of matter, right? There's 5 different elements which make up the body, which is, what are the 5 different elements? Earth.
Ether, earth.
Yes. Earth,
And
air, water,
yeah.
air, ether.
So
Fire.
fire, water, air, earth, ether.
Yes, it's made up of. So if you think from a material viewpoint, your body is made up of matter. You're just chemicals, and the body dies at the time of death. That's what material people will think. Oh, you got a body, it's made of so many materials, and if the time of death is done. But from a spiritual viewpoint, what is it? We are not the material body of flesh and bones. We are spirit souls. What are we? Are spirit souls engaged in the material body. Engaged. See, every elephant has a soul in it. You see, the tortoise has a soul inside it. The man has a soul inside it. The cow has a soul inside it. And we do not die when the material body stops to function. Does the soul die? No, it just goes from one body to another body. Does this make sense? Right? We do not die when material body stops to function. See? It goes from one body to another body. So this is the answer. What is the difference between a living body and a dead body? Living body has a. So this is the comparison between a car and a person. A person has a mouth to speak, eyes to see, heart to pump blood, hands and legs to move. A car has a horn to sound. It's like a dead body. It doesn't have any soul in it. It's a horn to sound, lights to see, radiator to supply water, 4 wheels to move. Car also has this. Car can make a horn, right? Headlights to see, radiator to supply water.
But like it's like the man is a soul. The soul controls it.
Yeah.
The car cannot do anything.
The car, even though it might have all these things, it does not have any consciousness. As Mahima said, right? No consciousness. The car cannot budge 1 inch without the driver. The body is termed dead without the presence of the driver, the soul. So when the soul goes out of the body is dead. Okay, so we are at 12 o'clock. I know Ayati did not get a chance to read this time. And Jaswita has a question.
Yes, so yesterday, so I have to read 2 times.
I don't have a question.
Yes, go ahead, Jaswita.
I just wanted to say something.
Yeah.
The difference between a dead body and a living body, like a soul, a dead body will be just left by the soul, but the soul will keep on going like a cycle. It never stops.
Yes, the soul. Yes, thank you. Ayati, next time you will be the first person to read. Remind me next time, okay? No, Ayati, after Ayati, then you.
Okay.
Okay, so I know it's a little bit philosophical, but it's very essential that we understand all this, yes? Ayati, okay, like 2 slides. Okay, yes, Ayati, I'll let you read 2 slides.
One for today and one for next week.
Yeah, and Maima also did not get a chance to read it. So I know, but is this all making sense? Is too boring? Is it too boring? Okay, Ishan, I heard you.
No.
What about? Okay.
No. No.
Sahas, was it too boring? Okay. All right.
No.
Okay. All right. So these are some of the facts we will learn. And then, so why we are connecting all this to Prahlad Maharaj? Because we are talking about his uncle being dead. And now we will see what Hiranyakashipu will do. And then we will see Prahlad Maharaj. Yes, Ayati.
When is our next Kahoot?
In probably 2-3 weeks. So once we finish this PowerPoint, then I will get a 10-minute in the 3rd week, like 2 weeks from now. So every chapter we will have started Kahoot. So make sure you take notes. I'll anyway share the PowerPoint after the thing is done. Okay, so we'll just say our prayers. Vansha kalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnav vrinda ki jai. Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, thank you, kids.
Bye.
Krishna, thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Bye.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.